हाय गाइस, हाउ आर यू। कैसे आप सब। आज का जो हमारा टॉपिक है टॉप 20 पाइथन पांडास इंटरव्यू क्वेश्चन एंड एक्सपर्ट आंसर्स। सो बिफोर स्टार्टिंग दिस, we have to understand what is pandas. So basically pandas is an essential tool for data manipulation and analysis in Python, often used in data science and machine learning projects. Understanding how they effectively use pandas can greatly enhance your ability to work with structured data. In this session, we will cover the top 20 technical interview questions related to pandas, providing both questions and detailed answers to help you prepare for your interviews. So, the top 20 pandas interview questions. बेसिकली जो pandas है पाइथन की लाइब्रेरी, ये एक टूल है जो हमें डेटा मैनिपुलेशन और एनालिसिस इन पाइथन में काम आती है। और जो पांडास लाइब्रेरी है इसका ज़्यादातर यूज़ डेटा साइंस प्रोजेक्ट और मशीन लर्निंग प्रोजेक्ट की तरफ होते हैं, में ज़्यादातर होता है। एंड पांडास कैन ग्रेटली इन्हांस योर एबिलिटी टू वर्क विद स्ट्रक्चर्ड डेटा। पांडास जो है, जो स्ट्रक्चर्ड डेटा के साथ जब आप काम करते हैं तो उस टाइम आपको पांडास बहुत आसानी से डेटा के ऊपर ऑपरेशन करने में काम आता है। चलिए स्टार्ट करते हैं टॉप 20 pandas interview questions. If you are new on this channel, don't forget to subscribe and like. Let's start. What are these top 20 interview questions? So the first one, how do you create a data frame from a dictionary? So the question is 1. How do you create a data frame from a dictionary? Let's solve this first. Let's create a simple example. For example, before starting anything, we have to import the pandas. Import pandas as PD. So our task is to create a data frame from a dictionary. So we need a dictionary and the name of dictionary is data, and inside this name we have a key name, and I am passing the values in name keys. Kashif, Anas, Imran. So I am passing three names. I am passing a list of values to this key name, and the next key is age inside data dictionary, and the values is 23, 28 and 35, 36. Let's say I have to pause. So I create a dictionary with two key values pair. The first key is name and the values is a list of name, and the second key is age and the values is a list of age. So our task is to create a data frame from a dictionary. So I am going to create a variable df pd from pandas pd.data frame, and I am passing data. This dictionary from pd.dataFrame. In this example, I am passing a dictionary to the dataFrame constructor. To this constructor pd.dataFrame constructor, I am passing dictionary data where keys become column name and the values become column data. So print df. When I save this program and Python top 20, let's see what I am getting. See guys, I am getting the name keys become column name and the values become column data. So I successfully create a data frame from a dictionary using the pd.dataFrame constructor. The next question is how do you remove a column from a data frame? So we have a data frame with df print, and we have to remove a column from a data frame. The data frame is df and we have to remove column. In this case, I am going to remove the age column. The age column I want to remove. So for removing a column from data frame, I have a method df.drop, and inside this I am passing the name of my column age, and the next parameter is x is equal to 1. And then I am going to print this df, and I want to save this in df. Let's comment this line and run my code again. First understand what I am doing and what is the expected result after applying this code. This drop method is used to remove the column from the data frame, and the x is equal to 1, which means this parameter indicates that the column should be removed from data frame. So let's run this code. As you see, the column age is removing successfully. So we are successfully removed the column age from the data frame, which have the age which we just built this just before. And the second question, to solve the second question, to drop the age column from the data frame, we did this. मैं उम्मीद करता हूँ कि यहाँ तक आपको दो क्वेश्चन समझ आ चुके होंगे पांडास के। फर्स्ट में हमें क्या करना था? फर्स्ट में हमें क्रिएट ए डेटा फ्रेम, डिक्शनरी से हमें एक डेटा फ्रेम बनाना था, जो कि हमने बनाया। पांडास pd.dataFrame कंस्ट्रक्टर को यूज़ करते हुए डेटा डिक्शनरी हमने पास की, तो इसने हमें एक डेटा फ्रेम बना के दे दिया। फिर दूसरा टास्क था हमारे पास कि रिमूव करना है एज कॉलम को फ्रॉम ए डेटा फ्रेम। तो वो हमने यूजिंग ड्रॉप मेथड इसकी मदद से और पैरामीटर एक्सेस1 यूज़ किया। ये एक्स पैरामीटर जो है ये इसलिए यहाँ पे यूज़ हो रहा है, ये इंडिकेट कर रहा है कि कॉलम शुड बी रिमूव्ड। सो द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज, हम स्लो जाएंगे लेकिन हम जो क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करेंगे वो इजी होंगे आपके लिए समझना, आपके लिए सॉल्व करना। ये जितने भी क्वेश्चन होंगे ये फ्रीक्वेंटली आस्क्ड क्वेश्चन हैं इंटरव्यू में. These are the all frequently question which comes to interviews as a data engineer, as a Python developer. So don't take light. The next question is, how do you add a new column to an existing data frame? We have an existing data frame with just one column. I am going to show you. We have only one column of data frame, so we are going to add a new column to existing data frame. The data frame name is df, and I am going to add the age column again, and I am passing the values 23, 26 and 29 to each Kashif, Anas and Imran, and then I am going to print the df again, and I am passing df to this df variable of data frame. No need of this. I am creating a new column df age in the existing data frame which have only one column. So I am going to run this command, clear my terminal, cls. As you see, I am successfully add a new column to an existing data frame using this method, using this process to add a new column in the existing data frame. The fourth question is, इस तरह आपने एक न्यू कॉलम क्रिएट करना है अपनी एग्जिस्टिंग डेटा फ्रेम के अंदर, जो कि मैंने आपको दिखाया कि जो नेम कॉलम था वो हमारे पास ऑलरेडी था, क्योंकि हमने लास्ट क्वेश्चन में ड्रॉप किया था एज को. इस क्वेश्चन में हमने ऐड करना था उस डीएफ डेटा फ्रेम के अंदर एक न्यू कॉलम. तो इस तरह आपने ऐड करना है. द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज, हाउ डू यू फिल्टर रोज बेस्ड ऑन ए कंडीशन. So filter rows based on a condition. Let's create some example for this. Filter df is equal to df, and inside this age is greater than 26, and I have to pass this df. Please wait, I am just complete my code and then I will understand you what I am doing here. Print df, filter df, filter df. It's my fault. Filter df. Let's save this program, comment this line. So first I understand you what I am doing here. I am going to select the age column from the data frame df. The result is a series containing all the values in the age column. This will give me series containing all the values in the age column. Then I am going to, this creates a Boolean series where each value is true if the corresponding value in the age column is greater. This whole creates a Boolean series where each value is true if the corresponding value in the age column is greater than 26 and false otherwise. And this df, this uses the Boolean series to filter the data frame df only the values, only the rows where the Boolean series is true. are included in the resulting data frame. The name of the resulting data frame is filter underscore df, and this whole give me what this uses. This df, this uses the series of boolean to filter the data frame df only rows where the boolean series is true and including the result data frame, and this is the new data frame that contains only the rows from df where the values in the age column is greater than 26. Let's run this code. Clear my terminal, and I am going to run this. As you see, I am getting only 129. The name is Imran because I have only one name which the age is greater than 26. I hope this will make sense for you. मैं उम्मीद करता हूँ कि यहाँ तक आपको समझ आ गया होगा। अगर नहीं आया तो comment it. I am here to solve you problems and understand you pandas libraries in simplest and easy way. Don't forget to subscribe and like. The next question, the most frequently asked question in pandas. The question number 5 is convert data frame to CSV and save it. We have a data frame df and I am going to save this. So for that, to underscore CSV, I am going to save this using this function, and I am passing the name output.csv, and the second argument is index is equal to false. Let me understand what I am doing here. I am going to save the data frame as a CSV file named output.csv. The index false argument is used to exclude the index from the CSV file. This index is equal to false argument. This argument is used to exclude the index from the CSV file. And if I run this, let me comment this line first, and I am going to run print something. CSV file is created. Run this program. See, CSV file is created. As you see, output.csv file is created. When I open this, this CSV file have two columns, the name and age, the values of name column and the age column. As you see here, I have a frame with two values. So if I print df here to show you what are the df currently, and I am going to comment this line to show you cls. See, I have two columns with these values, and inside my output CSV file I have two columns with these values. So we successfully convert a data frame to CSV file and save it. I hope this will make sense. मैं उम्मीद करता हूँ कि यहाँ तक आप लोगों को समझ आ चुका हो कि किस तरह डेटा फ्रेम को आपने CSV में कन्वर्ट करना है. The next question is how do you read a CSV file into a data frame? How do you read a CSV file into a data frame? So for that, what I am going to use, from pandas pt.read underscore csv method, and the name of the file is output.csv. I am going to read this output.csv file, and I am going to pass to df, and I am going to print df.head. Let me run this program, then I am going to explain you what I am doing here. Let's comment this line, and I am going to run this. As you see, I am reading the data from this output.csv file using read underscore csv method of pd pandas from pandas, and I am passing an argument, the name of the file, csv file, and then I am going to save in this variable, and then I am going to getting the first 5 rows using the head method of data frame. This head method will give me the first 5 rows of the data frame. In this case I have just 3, that's why this will give me just 3 rows of data, not the 5 rows. Don't take tension in any point. I am here to solve you and understand you pandas, each and everything related data frame. The next question is 7. How do you display the first few rows of a data frame? The first few rows using data frame is the head function. Using this head function, you will display a first few rows of a data frame. By default, the head function will return us the first 5 rows by default, and you will also pass argument to this method function, what are the number of rows. If I pass 2 and I am comment this line, I am going to comment this line, I am going to run this first to show you CLS and run it. I am going to run this. As you see, the data frame is looking like this from the output.csv file. If you are confusing related names, then I am going to change the name of my variable df_1 and cls and c. I am getting the data from the csv file using the read underscore csv function of pandas. Then I am going to clear my terminal, and I want to just display the first 2 rows. Run my code. See, I am getting the first 2 rows data using the head method of data frame. The next and most frequently asked question is, how do you display the last few rows of a data frame? So for that, we have a method function, and I am applying on my data frame. The df is the data frame, and I am going to apply this df using the tail function. I am applying the tail, and when I run this command, when I run this code, you will see cls and df.tail, and inside tail function I am going to pass argument. I want to display the last few rows. I just want to display the last row using the tail method on my data frame df. So let's see, I am getting the last row. So in this way you will display the last few rows of data frame using the tail method on df. The next question is, how do you select a specific column from a data frame? Specific column. So if you select a specific column, let's say I have to select the age from my data frame, and when I run my code, clear my screen, see, I am getting the age column from a data frame, and this will also show me the data type is in chooser of the age column and the name is age. The next question is, how do you handle missing values in a data frame? So we have df and fill and I am passing some argument to this method. Let's say I am passing 0 and I am going to assign this data frame to this, and this will do what? This will replace missing values with zeros. And we have another method, df.drop now, and this will remove the missing values rows. This will remove all the rows which have missing values. Using the df.dropNow method, and if you want to replace missing values with some other things, in this example I am going to replace with 0. So fill is used to replace missing value with zeros and some other values, and the dropNow is used to remove the missing rows values. The dropNow will remove all the rows which have missing values. After applying all this method to drop and filter remove missing values, then I am going to apply df. First I want to print my data frame to show you if I have data frame have missing values or not. Clear my terminal and see, I have no missing value in my data frame. So if I run this, you will see I am getting the same data frame again. Let's comment this first, and if I run this, see, I am getting the same after applying both method, replacing the missing values, and the dropNow remove the rows of missing values. When I apply these two on my data frame, and I am getting the same data frame because I have no missing value in my data frame. So guys, till now we covered 10 important Pandas interview question. अभी तक हमने 10 इम्पोर्टेंट क्वेश्चन कवर किए हैं पांडास के रिलेटेड, जो कि फ्रीक्वेंटली आस्क्ड क्वेश्चन है, जो कि इंटरव्यूज में बार बार पूछे जाते हैं. The next question is, how do you group data by a specific column and apply an aggregate function? So, how do you group data by a specific column? So for that, I am going to create a variable group data frame, and inside this I am applying group by, and I want to apply on the column name and age, and applying the aggregate function mean on this. So after that I am printing the group df data frame. So what I am doing here, the group by method, this group by method is used to group data by a specific column. After grouping, you can apply aggregate function. So by using this group by method to group data on the specific column, let's understand you in most simple and easiest way what I am doing here. This code groups the data frame df by the name of column, and then calculates the mean average of the age column. So what this code is doing, this code groups the data frame df by the name column name, and then calculates the mean average of the age column for each group. So df dot group by, let's break down this. I will break down this for you. df dot group by, in braces I am using the name column. This groups the data frame df by the name column. It means that the rows with the same name value are grouped together, and after grouping we select age. After this step, after grouping, we select the age column. This operation focus on the age values within each group, and then dot mean, this calculates the mean average of the age values within each group, and the group underscore df, this result is stored in, this whole result is stored in this group df, which is a new series where the index is the unique values from the name column and the values are the mean of the age for each group. So let's print this, save this, cls, and run like this. So I am grouping, the name is not defined, name is not defined, why not defined, name. Age. So let's run this program again. cls name Kashif is not defined. I am getting error on the line 20, which is this one. The single quotes are removed due to some editing in my this notes. That's why I am getting this error. Now if I save this program, cls, clear my screen, clear my terminal and run my code, you see I am getting the group by result after applying the aggregate function mean on the column name. So move to the next question. How do you merge two data frames? The most frequently asked question is merge two data frames. How do you merge two data frames? तो ये क्वेश्चन आप किस तरफ सॉल्व करेंगे? आपको दो डेटा फ्रेम मर्ज करने हैं। तो मैं क्या कर लेता हूँ, ये एक एग्जांपल ले लेता हूँ जो हमारे पास एक डेटा फ्रेम है ऑलरेडी, ये मैं ले लेता हूँ। मैं ये नहीं लेता, आप लोगों के लिए एक मैं न्यू एग्जांपल क्रिएट करता हूँ जिससे आपको समझना इजी हो जाएगा। आई एम टेकिंग ए न्यू एग्जांपल which will help you to understand this merge two data frame in simplest way. Here I am going to create a variable df1 and I am from pandas pd.data frame, and inside this key and the values is a, b and C, and the next key is value 1, and the values of this key are 1, 2, 3, and I am going to create another data frame df2 from pd pandas data frame, and I am passing the same dictionary to create a data frame, but I am going to change some values d, and here I am changing these values 6, 7, 8, 6, 7, 8. So I am creating two data frames from the dictionary, and I am going to merge df and pd dot merge function. I am using the merge function from pandas, and I am going to merge two data frames. The first one is df1 and the df2, and on the base of key I want to merge it. Let me explain this merge df. So what I am doing here, first I understand you each step, then you will understand this very good. So this merge function from pandas, this merge function is used to merge the df1 df2 data frames on the base of key column. On the base of key column, we have two name of columns, key and value 1 and value 2. So we have one name column is key and the value 1 is some data. In next data frame we have the same column name key, but the second column name is value 2. On the base of same column name, I am going to merge df1 and df2. So if I print this, clear my terminal, see, I am getting the A and B 1, 6 and 2, 7. The A is 1 and the B is 2, the A is 1 and the B is 2, and the next A is 6 and the B is 7. Let me explain more simplest way. In this line I am going to create a data frame 1 and I am going to create another data frame, the second data frame, and then I am going to merge these two data frame on the base of key column. This creates a data frame df1 with two columns key1. This line create data frame with two column, key and value 1, and the key column has a values A, B, C, and the value 1 column has values 1, 2, 3. And on this line, this creates a data frame df2 with two columns, key and value 2, key and value 2. The key column has value ABD and value 2 column has value 6, 7, 8. So in this line, this will merge the data frame 1 and data frame 2 on the key column. The merge is an inner join. So pd.merge is an inner join by default, which means it includes only the rows where the key values match in both data frames. So pd.merge, from pandas module we have a function merge, and this merge is an inner join by default. As you learn, I hope you will learn the inner join in SQL series, which will come few days after this video. And the merge is an inner join by default, which means it includes only the rows where the key values match in both data frame. So what this inner join is doing in SQL, which means it includes only the rows where the key values match in both table in SQL scenario. So I not want to complex the SQL and the data pandas. So the merge is by default the inner join, which means it includes only the rows where the key values match in both data frame. The result merge underscore df will include rows where the key is A. This will include where the key is A, and the rows where key is B. In this we have A and the value is 1, and the A and the value is 6, and the B and the value is 2. So this row with key from the row with key C, the row with key C from df1, and the row and the key D from the df2 are not included because they do not have corresponding matches. I hope this will make sense. The video is going longer, and my target is to understand each and every step of this, to learn pandas and to understand and handle the question scenarios and how you handle and what are you doing in these questions. So this is much for merge two data frame. The next question is, how do you concatenate multiple data frame? So I am taking, I want to create another two frame df3 and pd.data frame, and I am passing a dictionary with name A for column, and the values of A column are 1 and 2, and I am going to create another column with name B, and the values of these are 3 and 4. After that, I am going to create another data frame with name df4. This data frame name will be df4, and I am going to change just the values 5 and 6, not 6 and 7, and 8 and 9 for B column. 8 and 9. I have to close this dictionary here and here and here. So I want to create a two data frame with df3 name and df4 name from the dictionary, and my target is to concatenate multiple data frames. In my case, I have just two data frames with name df3 and df4, and I want to concatenate these two data frames. Concatenate df data frame pt dot. In pandas we have a function concat, and inside this I am passing how many data frame. I am passing a list of two data frame df1 and df3 and df4. So after that I am going to print concatenate df data frame. So let's run this, and then we will understand this in simplest way what I am doing. So let's run this. You see the output after concatenate the two data frame. This concate function is used to concatenate data frames along a particular x-rays. This concatenate function is used to concatenate data frame along a particular axis. Default is axis 0, meaning rows. So this concatenate on the base of rows by default. Let's understand you what I am getting. The output like this. The rows from the df3. The rows from the df3, the row 0 is A, and the values are 1 and 2. On row 0, A column value is 1 and B column value is 3. On row 1, A column value is 2 and B column value is 4. And for the data frame 4, df4, the column name A, the row 0 value is 6. For B column we have value 8. For row 1, the A column value is 7 and B column value is 9. As you see in the output. So here you notice that the index labels from the original data frames, the original data frame index are 0 and 1. Here notice that the index labels from the original data frames are retained. If you want to ignore the original index and reset it, you can use the ignore index is equal to true. Inside this ignore index is equal to true, and this will give some change output. Say this. As you see, I am getting now the index are changed 0, 1, 2, 3. But the original index of df3 is 0 and 1. For df4 we have 0 and 1. By using the ignore index parameter is equal to true, this will give me the output like this. I hope this will make sense for you. The next question is, how do you pivot a data frame? So let's understand first what we need. Comment this, and I am going to solve this question. So for that I have to create a data frame. This data is 6, and from pandas I am going to use data frame function, and I want to create a data frame using dictionary name, and the values of this column is Anas and Ikram and Khalid. I take three values for my name column, and I have another column here, and I am going to take 2021, 2022 and 23. I am taking 3 years for the name of column air, 3 values for the air column, and the next column name is score, and I am passing the values. Let's say 89, 90 and 88. Let's say 94 for this, and this will 83. So I am creating a data frame from this dictionary. The column names, name, year and score, and the values are this. So if I print df6 cls and run this, you see I am getting a data frame with 3 name columns, name, year and score. So our target is to apply pivoted data frame. So let me explain pivot in Pandas and data analysis context. Pivot refers to the operation of transforming or reshaping a data frame such that data is recognized according to specified index, rows, columns and values. This operation helps to summarize and aggregate data in a way that makes it easy to analyze. So the concept of pivoting is a data processing technique used to rotate data, changing the structure of the table. It transforms data from a long format where each row is a single observation to a wide format where rows are unique identifier and columns represent different attributes. So suppose you have a data frame with multiple entries for the same person across different years, and you want to create a table where each person is represented only once with separate column for each year score. Let's apply that pivoting. I hope you understand what are the purpose of using pivoting. Pivoting is a data processing technique used to rotate data, changing the structure of the table. So let's apply the pivot method of Pandas. Pivot data frame is df.pivot index is equal to name and the columns is equal to air, columns is air, and the values will be score. Name, column and score, and I am passing in single quotes of the name of the column. So if printer, I will print pivot data frame, and you will see if I comment this line and clear the terminal and run this code, I am getting some error. Why? Raise key error from error, key error. df pivot. Error is on this line. Why I am getting this? Because my data frame name is df6. So I have to apply on the df6 this pivot method, and if I run this, clear my terminal, again run this, you see I am getting the new table structure. Let me explain this first. This specifies that the name column should be used as the new data frame index, as you see, data frame index, and each unique value in the name, each unique value in the name column will become a unique row. Column will become a unique row in the pivoted data frame. In the pivoted data frame, this specify, again मैं आपके लिए फिर से इसको एक्सप्लेन कर रहा हूँ, ये क्या शो कर रहा है, ये स्पेसिफाई कर रहा है कि ये जो नेम कॉलम है शुड बी यूज्ड, ये जो नेम कॉलम है ये यूज़ होगा डेटा फ्रेम के इंडेक्स की जगह पे। यहाँ पे देखें, ठीक है, ये इंडेक्स की जगह पहले 0 1 2 आ रहा था, अब ये इंडेक्स की जगह पे नेम आ रहा है। और उसके बाद और ईच यूनिक वैल्यू इन द नेम, और जितने भी यूनिक वैल्यू हैं नेम के अंदर तो सारे ही यूनिक वैल्यू हैं, अनस, इकराम एंड खालिद, दिस थ्री आर द यूनिक वैल्यू। और ये क्या कर रहा है, ईच यूनिक वैल्यू इन द नेम कॉलम विल बिकम ए यूनिक रो। जैसे आप देखें, यूनिक रो, यूनिक रो, यूनिक रो, and the columns here, index name and column is air. This specifies that the air column should be used as the new data frame columns. जैसे आप देख रहे हैं, the air data frame, the air column should be used as the new data frame column. Each unique value in the air column will become a unique column in the pivoted data frame, and the values is equal to score. This specifies that the values in the score column should fill the new data frame cells. The cell will contain the score values corresponding to name and the air. So the resulting pivoted data frame is like this: index name and the column are air, and the values from name Anas, and the air is 21 and the score is 83, and for name Ikram, for name Ikram, the value is air is 22 and the score is 90, and for the name Khalid and the air is 23, we have a score 94. And cells where there is no corresponding data, name and the air and the are filled with none. The cells where there is no corresponding data, related name and air are filled with none, as you see. So pivoting reshape the data frame so that each unique value in the index column becomes a row. Each unique value in the column becomes a column, and the cell values are taken from the specified values column. This technique is useful for summarizing and comparing data across different categories of time periods. So I hope you are clearly, your concept is clear about pivot and pivoting reshape the data frame. I hope this will make sense. And the next question is, how do you melt a data frame? These all are the important questions. Don't take it light. If you are new on this channel, don't forget to subscribe and like. Let's move and solve using the melt. Guys, I just want to remind you, we are going to cover the top 20 Python Pandas interview question and expert answers. So this is the series, and till now we cover approximately 14 plus question related pandas in Python. So let's continue and complete this series. So first understand what is melt. In the context of pandas and data manipulation, melt refers to a transformation operation that reshapes a data frame from a wide format to a long format. This is useful for converting data with multiple columns representing different variables into a format where each row is an observation and each column is a variable. This melt will convert data with multiple columns representing different variables into a format where each row is an observation and each column is a variable. Wide format. In a wide format data frame, data is spread across multiple columns where each column may represent a different variable or measurement. And in a long format data frame, data is consolidated into a fewer columns with one column typically representing variable names and another representation values. So applying the melt, I am going to comment this line and I am going to create data frame to apply melt function on data frame. df7 is equal to, from pandas I am going to create data frame, and I want to create data frame from dictionary, and the name of dictionary is df7 and the data frame name is df7, and the first column name or the key which becomes column in data frame, and the key in this dictionary is name, and I am passing two names, Anas and Kran, and the second key is math, and I am passing the values 84 and 90, and the third key is science. These are some subjects and the values are 88 and 94. So these, I am creating a data frame from this dictionary. In this dictionary we have three keys and values, and after this I am creating a variable with name melted df, and from pandas dot melt on df7 id was equal to name, and variable name var name is equal to, I assign the subject to name var name subject, and next is value name. The value name is, I am passing science here. The value name, I want to change this to score and print my melted data frame melted data frame and print. This will print. And if I run this CLS and run this code, you will see I am getting a new data frame, melted data frame with 3 column names, subject and score. And in the name column I have all the names, and in the subject I have name of subject, and in the score I have a score of each student in each subject. So in this way you will apply the pandas melt function on data frame. Let me explain this, what I am doing and what is the output, why I am getting this result. Let me explain you. This pd.melt, I am passing an argument. First argument is data frame, the original data frame. The name of data frame is df7, and I am passing id was equal to name, and then I am passing an argument to this function is var name and the value name. So I want to reshape the original data frame D7 from a wide format to a long format. So id was, I am passing the name of column, keep the name column as it is. As you see that keep the name of column as it is using id underscore vars parameter of function melt, and then var underscore names I am passing subject creates a new column. This var name creates a new column, as you see in the output, creates a new column named subject which will contain the original column names math and science, and value name is score creates a new column named score which will contain the values from the melted column math and science. So math and science are the melted column. Var underscore name subject creates a new column named subject, as you see in the output, which will contain the original column names math and science. This subject will contain the math and science original column name, and the score column name creates this column. The name of the new column is score, which will contain the values from the melted columns. The values from the melted column is stored in this score column. मैं आपके लिए और भी सिंपल कर लेता हूँ ताकि आप लोगों को समझ आ जाए. id was equal to name, the name column. इधर मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ, मैं चाहता हूँ कि जो name column है ये चेंज ना हो, and it is repeated for each melted column. हर कॉलम के लिए ये रिपीट हो, इसलिए अन्ना सिक्राम आया. ठीक है. उसके बाद वेरिएबल नेम var अंडरस्कोर नेम सब्जेक्ट है. ये क्या हो रहा है, मैं यहाँ पे एक न्यू कॉलम क्रिएट कर रहा हूँ जिसका नाम सब्जेक्ट रख रहा हूँ, और मैं यहाँ पे क्या स्टोर कर रहा हूँ, इस कॉलम्स के अंदर मैं चाह रहा हूँ कि कंटेनिंग द फॉर्मर कॉलम नेम्स मैथ एंड साइंस, इसके अंदर जो ओरिजिनल कॉलम थे मैथ एंड साइंस वो आ गए. उसके बाद वैल्यू नेम ए न्यू कॉलम मैंने क्रिएट करा है जिसके नाम स्कोर है, कंटेनिंग द वैल्यूज फ्रॉम द ओरिजिनल कॉलम्स. इन ओरिजिनल मैथ और साइंस कॉलम के पास जो वैल्यूज थे वो मैंने इस स्कोर कॉलम के अंदर कंटेन कर ली. उसके बाद मैं इसको प्रिंट कर रहा हूँ. बाई मेल्टिंग द डेटा फ्रेम, इस स्टेप करने से, मेल्ट करने से, डेटा फ्रेम को मेल्ट करने से, बाई मेल्टिंग द डेटा फ्रेम df7 द डेटा इज नाउ in long format, which is often more suitable for various types of data analysis and visualization. This format allows each row to represent a single observation, making it easier to work with and interpret the data. So I hope this will make sense, and this is the use case of melt of pandas function and how do you perform and apply melt function on a data frame. So we will cover the 15 questions. Now it's time, how do you sort a data frame by a specific column? So solve this question. I will assign you one question which you committed after you solve. When you solve this question, I will assign you a one question for assignment. How do you set the index of a data frame? This question is your assignment. Please guys, don't take it light. This is for you to prepare for interviews. Don't take it light, and each of you will solve this question and commit it to me, and I will recommend to each student which will commit and give me this solution of question. So this is the assignment for you. Let's solve the 16th question. How do you sort a data frame by a specific column? To solve this question, I am taking my last example, and I want to take this data frame, and I am using again here for this column. So df8 is my data frame. pd.data frame, I want to create data frame from this dictionary, and the name of data frame is df8, and my task is to sort values. Sort a data frame by a specific column. So for that, sorted data frame is equal to df8 dot sorted values. Sorted values I am passing by, and here I am passing age, the name of column, and print sorted df. Before that, I have to commit this line, and I am coming there to my own question to sort the data frame. So in dictionary I have two keys and values. I just create a data frame from this dictionary, and then I am applying sort underscore values method, and I am passing by age parameter. So the sort underscore values function sorts the data frame df8 based on the values in the age column. That's why I am passing this by age. The age is the column. So by age, this specifies that the sorting should be done according to the age column. So when I print this, clear my terminal, and when I run this, you will see the data frame is sorted according to the age column, and the values of age you see 23, 28, 36, and if I change some values like this 24, and then let's say 34, 28, and let's say 40. So I change my values of age column, and if I run this again, clear my terminal and see The values are sorted according to the age column. As you see, 28, 34 and 40. And for Kashif I have 34, and for Anas I have 28, and for Imran I have 40. So I sort the data frame by a specific column name. In the column we have age, and in this way I sort the data frame. I hope this will make sense for you. मैं उम्मीद करता हूँ कि यहाँ तक आपको समझ आ चुका होगा. अगर नहीं आया तो कमेंट कर लें. मैं यहाँ पर हूँ आपके लिए, आपको सिखानी है मैंने पांडास लाइब्रेरी. तो don't take tension. If any doubt till now, please comment it. And one thing about to sort data frame, we have another function. Let me erase this. df dot sort index, and if I run this code, you will see what I get. As you see, I am getting the index wise data frame 012 012 Kashif Anas Imran. So I am getting the data frame output in the index wise. So I undo this, say less and see. So the next question is, how do you reset the index of a data frame? This is assignment for you, and on my end I will solve this for you. How do you reset the index of a data frame? चलिए इसको सॉल्व करते हैं, लेकिन आपका असाइनमेंट भी है, आप लोगों ने भी सेंड करना है कमेंट में. और ये जो क्वेश्चन है, हाउ डू यू रिसेट द कॉलम, हाउ डू यू रिसेट द इंडेक्स ऑफ ए डेटा फ्रेम, इसमें क्या करना है आपने. वी हैव डेटा फ्रेम 8 and I am applying df8 dot set index on the base of name, and after that I am going to print the df8 once again. Let me show you the df8. What is the df8? As you see, the df8 is this data which I create from dictionary, and this data frame have the columns name and age, and I want to set the index of a data frame on the base of name column. So let me run this code. Let me erase my terminal, and before this I want to commit this, and after that I want to run this to show you. See what I am getting. I successfully reset the index on the base of name. So in this example, the index is Kashif and the age is this, and the name and the age. So in this way you will reset the index of a data frame on a column, or I will say to set a column as the index of a data frame. I will also repeat this question. How do you set a column? This question will come like this as well, as the index of a data frame. So maybe this question come like this or this. So in this case we are set a column name as the index of a data frame. The next question is, how do you set a column as the index of a data frame? This is the answer. This is the answer of question 18. Now for question 17, this is the answer for question 18. And for 17, we set the index of a data frame. We have a data frame with name df8, and I want to df8 dot reset index and drop is equal to true. Let me write the code and then I will explain you what I am doing here and comment this line. So run this, clear my terminal and see what I am getting. I am successfully reset the index of a data frame. You see 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2. These two questions are the same but little twist in both. How do you reset the index of a data frame, and how do you set a column as the index of a data frame? These two are the same but a little twist question. Please focus on each of them to solve accordingly. So the next question is, how do you rename columns in a data frame? So for that, I am going to copy my old data frame. The name of data frame is df8. I am copying this and I am using here again for this question, to solve this question. In this question, my task is to rename the data frame column of this df8 data frame. So for that, df8 dot rename, I am using the rename function and I am passing the first argument columns, and inside this dictionary I am passing the column name into the names, and the second I want to change the column name age into age. Let me print this df8 and I want to commit this, and if I run this, you will see the original name is name and age. Let me print this, clear my terminal and run my code. You will see the column names are changed from name to names and age to age. In this way you will rename the column in a data frame. The 20th question is, how do you iterate over a data frame? So for that I am going to use loop for index row in df8 dot iterate iter rows, and I am going to print index row names and row age. If I run my program, you will see a straight result. Clear my terminal. See, index of row is 0 and the row name, the column names have the value kashif, and the row and the age column row is 34. For first row index 1, the name and the age, and then the 2 index have the value Imran and 40. So in this way you will iterate our rows in a data frame. I hope this will make sense for you. And the last question, how do you apply a function to each element in a data frame or series? before solving this question, let me understand something for you. The iter rows method returns an iterator generating index and row data for each row in the data frame as you see in the output. So this iter rows method returns an iterator generating index and row data for each row in the data frame. So solve the next question. How do you apply a function to each element in a data frame or series? So for that I am applying function on age and using apply, and I am applying lambda function on x plus 1, and I am going to save again this, and after that I want to print df8. This is not df, this is df8. df8. Let me run this, and I want to commit this. Don't mix anything. Let me run this. CLS, run this. See, I am applying lambda function Let me show you the output and the original data. The original data is 34, 28, 40 for age, and see here, after applying the lambda function on age column, the 34 becomes 35, 28 becomes 29, and 40 becomes 41. Let me run this again. Clear my screen and run this again. You will see. So in this way you will apply function or data frame. So this is enough for today. These are the some important top 20 questions, but in my case I will attempt 21. One is the bonus point for you, and don't forget to comment the assignment question. Thanks for watching.